So today is Monday. It's a holiday today. It's a long weekend. I think it might be BC Day in Canada, British Columbia. Um, I don't know if I'm gonna make this a video. I'm just not too sure because, well, I don't know what I'm gonna carve. But I thought I'll film this first part because some of you are probably the same way. Sometimes you want to carve, but you don't know what to carve. So this is a piece of first growth red cedar. It's a block. If you have a problem getting firewood, wood like this or wood, you can always buy, like I think most countries sell the firewood packages where you could buy firewood blocks like this. So the other thing too is like I don't want to carve something that's going to take me 6 hours to carve. I want to carve something fast. I want to carve something fun. And the most times when that happens is carve a wood spirit. You got so many different angles. Like that's a perfect angle right there. Like, see where my thumb is there? This angle, that's a perfect angle to carve a wood spirit and make the nose stick off really far from the face. So like your nose would be right here. You remove all this wood and then I kind of want to carve a wood spirit, but man, do you guys want to see any more wood spirit videos? I was thinking about carving an owl up here, like the one that Uncle Kevin made and I won. And just have this rough down here and have an owl up here, but that's lots of carving. I thought about carving a gnome in here. There's so many different. It's an open ball. It's an open ball field. Like there's no players on the field yet. You do what you want. It's just an experiment. I carve a wood spirit here. You could lay this down like this. See where it sits best. You can carve something right here. I'm kind of leaning towards this, but like some waves, maybe some mountains. But I've done that before. I've done cabins and I don't know. That's kind of for me, it's not fun. And it's kind of a useless piece of art. Maybe if I did some waves here, some mountains and the sun, I'm not really into that shit. I don't know. Maybe I should just say screw it and kind of do what I want to do and just carve a fun wood spirit. Huh? Big nosed wood spirit? Show you guys how to do the big huge nose, the honker. I don't know. I'm gonna sit here and this is probably just a like Ben Studio on the Lake says, a useless piece of art. Well, this is probably a useless video. This will be the first part of the voiceover. My microphone wasn't working, so I'm basically talking about absolutely nothing here. Well, I'm saying what I'm doing here is drawing in, so that would be the bottom of the nose. And it's just so easy to make a face or a wood spirit because the wood, there would be the angle of the nose, like a side view. And the eyes. There's just, when you carve a face on a piece of wood like this, with that angle, there's so much less wood to remove to get the nose to pop off and get the forehead pushed back. I didn't do a very good job filming on this video, but I wasn't planning on making this video, so there's just kind of talking about removing the wood. I do putting the forehead in. I do take it outside, excuse me, with my chainsaw, and it doesn't have to be like such a steep pitch, like a sharp angle there. I take it outside. I got my battery chainsaw here and I just cut the wood below the nose just to speed it up a bit. So I cut all that wood out with my chainsaw. It takes you seconds to do with your minutes to do with your Dremel. You know, like I show pushing it back even farther to make the nose come off more. So if you do that one cut there where I'm removing you see where I fill in all that pen mark stuff, your nose is going to stick farthest off the face. And your nose does not need to stick farthest off the face. It's just something I like to talk about and say and do. It gives your piece more character. I think I said that in the video too. That's why I don't like doing these voiceovers too much, because I forget, because of my brain injury, I forget things that I said. So there's 2 cuts. Boof, just like that. Ben Studio on the lake. I'm not too sure what's going on with his challenge, but I know he's been busy. Well, I think he's been busy doing regular people stuff. Not everybody's like Jordy at Carving Fusion that can make 10 videos a day for YouTube. So, just your beard and mustache, you can, in your eyes, you can draw it on however you want. I'm going to end this voiceover now and make this part, just kind of delete it. It's just kind of useless talk because I forget what I'm doing. Okay, it looks like there's more voiceover here. So here's the Apex Forge flex shaft. I'm going to try it out again on this piece. I just uploaded a couple of videos of it. I like it so far. I think it's, I love the way that button to release the burrs is around back and you can't really hit the button and screw up your flex shaft. I got a Kutzall Extreme Flame Burr right here. If you guys want to get those Kutzall burrs, go to the description below and it will take you to the Kutzall site. Use the code CFusion. Save yourself 5%. That's 100% my go-to burr, the Kutzall Extreme Flame Burr. And I basically carved this whole wood spirit using that burr. You just use the side of it for thicker cuts and the tip of it for thinner cuts. And they come in like silver, not aggressive, less aggressive, and then the gold that's like kind of carving with sandpaper. Here I am, just quick. Everything, when I'm carving, everything's sped up twice the speed. I think there's a lot of tips for the very beginning Dremel carver in this video when I'm actually talking. I show how to correct a nose that's too big, how to correct a nose that's too small. And I do not carve real eyes in this video. I just do go back to my, since it's for the very beginners, I go back to my older no eyes wood spirit. Your wood spirits don't have to have real eyes. Here I am just kind of shaping the nose. And removing wood on each side of the nose, giving it some more depth. And yeah, how's everybody doing? Having a good summer so far? Well, probably by the time you watch this video, I'm going on a 2-day trip up to my buddy Dave's and his girlfriend Rose's house up in Merritt. They have like 87 acres on the side of a mountain. I might take I think I'll take some carving tools. I'm not going to do that much carving. I'm just kind of going for a little getaway. I think it'll take me about 4.5 hours to drive there. And where I get the bark from, that's on the way too, like that old cottonwood tree. So I might stop there and see if I can grab a couple pieces of bark. Okay, so that's how easy it is. Now you got the nose sticking further off the face, furthest off the face. They say the eyes you should do it in fifths. So like you'd have 2 here, 2 here, and 1 in the middle. So I don't know if I could probably, what I could do, I can get this nose to stick way farther off this face too. All you need to do is carve these eyebrows away, like carve deeper, remove them, and carve deeper. So, but the eyes, they say it's fifths. So this would be 1, 1, 2. So it would be like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they should all be equal. So you can see now that the bridge of my nose is thinner in between here. This is thinner, so it's not that hard to correct. All you have to do is just kind of cut in between there, and then you could carve the nose deeper. Anyways, we're not going to focus too much on that today. A wood spirit can be whatever you want it to be. Anybody can do this, but you can see how fast I did that. Look at the forehead, if it sloped back properly. Yeah, that's good enough for me. You know, this, what I look right now at the piece, at the wood spirit, you know, you sit it back, you have your coffee or whatever you smoke or whatever you do. What I do is I look at the eyebrows to make sure if they're the same height. I can see this one's down a little bit. So I'd carve this to make it the same height as that, but it's not a big deal. This guy's nose is friggin' huge. Like I said from the beginning of the video, let's make this guy a big nose wood spirit. Show you how it's easy just to remove that wood. See how easy it is to get the nose to pop off. And even the forehead, you don't have that much wood with that point to remove. This wood spirit's nose is pretty long. So I'm just going to show you guys in this video how to make it. If you think the nose is too long, wood spirits can have friggin' noses this long if you want them to be. They can be this big. It's a wood spirit. You're not trying to carve a wizard's face. You know, I'm not going for. In some ways, I am kind of going for realism, but in some ways, I'm not. This, you can. A wood spirit is, like I said, whatever you want it to be. So let's just, I'm just going to show you guys. So if your nose is too long and you're like, oh man, I made the friggin' nose too long again. Oh geez, well, it's not that hard. All you do is go like this. And then you cut that wood away. Right here. Cut all this wood away. It's that easy. You know? Let's even make it shorter. So there. Just cut all this wood away. I'm going to do it right now and I'll be back. So there you go. 2 minutes, cut that wood away. Now the nose is shorter. You know, sometimes if you think your nose, oh man, I made my nose too short. It's not that hard to fix, really. It really is not. Maybe I'll even show you on this video. All you need to do is carve these eyebrows away. Carve deeper, my friends. You'd extend this bridge of this nose. Alright? Carve these eyebrows down and away and recarve the face in. Recarve the eyebrows in. You know what? Why not? Let's do it. I'll speed this up and I'm gonna carve these eyebrows back farther so you don't see any eyebrows here. And then we'll recarve the nose and make it that much longer. Okay, so here I go. Excuse me. I didn't need to do this. I just want to show you guys. Carve deeper. Carve the eyebrows off. Don't worry about if your face is going to be too sloped back. You can adjust everything. Just means more carving. So I just make the bridge of the nose a bit wider, draw the eyes on, and then start cutting. Like I say on all my videos, most of my wood spirit videos, once you get that nose to pop off and you get those eyebrows in there, you can carve any kind of face you want. Well, I'm making it. Look at the mess I'm making on this. Okay. Holy Jesus, Jordy, what are you thinking? Okay, so now pretend we're just carving this, and oh no, I've carved my nose in too big. My nose is too big. Well, it's not that hard. All you need to do is keep carving deeper. Now let me try and. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna lower our eyebrows. Gonna go like this. Let me see if I can get it on straight this time. Our bridge of our nose. So all I'm gonna do is carve all this away. Carve it deeper. Then get your eyebrows to pop out. Let's do a speed up here. Okay, I sped this part up like 8 times the speed just because it's the same thing you do as when you first do it. When you first do the face on, you just recarve it and carve it deeper, everybody. Don't be afraid to carve deeper. Okay, so Now look how far that nose sticks off the face. But now we got to carve this forehead in way deeper, right? Like we got to split these eyebrows. I don't know why, but I've been having a problem drawing things on square. The better that you can draw it on and take your time. I know I'm rushing, so. Now I need to carve this all the way down. I need to get rid of all this wood and slope it back. I don't know if this guy's going to have hair or what's going to happen. Okay, so there you go. Look at that guy. He's got a big beak nose. But look how far it sticks off the face now. So, you know, I'm just trying to show you guys and help you if you get mistakes. That's what I figured. Like I said, once I start carving, my mind opens up, and I thought that would be a good time to show, like, if you could fix me your mistakes. So we still got to work on that nose, slope it back more like this, so it's not like a big beak. We left extra wood. I left extra wood there to show you guys how to do the nose. Now, so you know, you look at your eyebrows. This one's still a little bit higher than that. The forehead is pretty good. It's, like I said, it's a wood spirit. So this is the time where you, I know this nose looks crooked and stuff like that, but we'll try and fix it and make it look pretty decent by the end of this video. This might be a longer video, that's alright. Now's the time you can decide how you want to put your mustache. Even if you want to put a mustache on there, you don't have to put a mustache. You can just do a grumpy Jesse face, you can do a happy smile, you can do whatever you want to do. You can get your mustache to go like this, up like this, right? Like a Santa Claus kind of mustache. I always like the typical old wizard kind of mustache. So like you can end it there, you can bring it all the way down, you can give it nice swoosh lines. So this one will extend the mustache all the way down. So we'll have a, like, you can give it teeth, you can give it an open mouth, you can make it so it's like a wide at the bottom here, or you can draw it on like this. And then you can do the open mouth wood spirit, so that would be like a bottom lip here. It's all up to you, you know. It's just, I think what we'll do on this one, let's just make it simple, and we'll just give him the open mouth, like my older wood spirits that I used to do. So his mustache will come down this way. Those will be, I'll try and make them kind of flow the same way on both sides. So what I'm going to do now is carve here, then carve here, then remove some of this wood here, then I'll carve, actually, let's see, which one will look better? This guy with, yeah, let's just make him a fun, silly wood spirit. We'll give him the open mouth. Okay, so I'm going to start carving. And so, carve here, remove some of this wood to make your mustache stick off. Your mustache doesn't need to stick like that far off the face. So when I do carve in here, and then I carve inside here, you'll see me, I'll be like taking the mustache lower, keeping it closer to the face, and just working here, then over here, then here, there, over here, just trying to make everything work together. That makes sense? Okay, so there's a different type of mustaches. We'll just go with the simple, old school mustache with the open mouth. But there's the side view of like how you can get everything to pop off really good. And like I was saying, don't be afraid to carve deeper. You know, like the deeper, sometimes you can carve too deep and make it not so great. But when I say carve deeper, means like carve deeper, give it more shape. You got all the time in the world. There's no rush. When I'm making these videos, they're like 2-hour carvings. It's not like I'm trying to be some professor or anything like that, right? They're just 2-hour carvings just to show you guys tips and tricks of what work for me. So you see there, I cut all around the outside of the mustache. Then you have to remove the wood around the mustache to make it elevated off the piece. So there's my original cuts. Try and make it smooth. You don't really see the long mustache in this piece when it's actually done. And here I am going to start I'm removing wood away from the outside of the mustache, feathering it away. Now I'm doing the same on the inside. Now you see how that mustache is elevated? Remember, wood carving is removing, not adding. It's different than sculpture. Sculpture, you're adding. And for wood carving, to add takes a lot more work than to remove. But as long as you're having fun, that's the biggest thing. Like, I don't claim to be a awesome artist and this and that. I'm just having fun. When I stop having fun, it's when I'll stop doing it. But it's already been like, I think this channel's like 5 years old now. It's already been like 5 years and I'm still having a good time. Look at me. I'm doing a back to the basics wood spirit. I didn't know what else to carve. When I don't know what else to carve, I'll carve a wood spirit. And like I say on my other videos, if you have friends that say, is that all you carve is the old man faces? Say, yeah, it's all I want to carve. I don't care. Show them a picture or the real one of save your first ones. Show them your first one and show them one a year later. Just see how much better you've gotten, right? Get him to carve one. See if he can do it. So don't be, here's going to be I'm going to end up doing the open lip here. So don't be intimidated by what your friends... I used to be really intimidated by what people said about my art and stuff like that. Not intimidated, but I don't know what the word would be. Just worried what they were going to say. That might be better. But I've come past that. I just really don't give a shit. If I did give a shit, I wouldn't be making this YouTube channel and doing carvings like this, right? So... there's always something to learn from somebody. There's tons of... I remember when I first started my YouTube channel, I've said this before, there really wasn't anybody using the burs and the Dremels. There was a few guys. Kevin at Sticks and Stones used to Dremel a bit. I watched a couple of his videos, and I forget the other fellow that I watched. But that's why I started this channel, because... there was no info on different types of burs to use for wood carving. Now there's tons. There I got the nostrils drawn on. Just take your time when you're doing the nostrils. So just kind of cut in there a bit. See where I drew all that pen mark up on the left side of the nostril? There you go. You got to remove that wood to get the nostrils to pop off, because you want the nostrils to be flared out a bit. There I am, just kind of retouching things up. Carving beside the nose to give the bridge of the nose more depth. Removing wood below the nose on the mustache. Just basically trying to, if you can focus on so here I am, I think I'm going to start shaping the nose better, sloping the bridge of the nose back. If you can focus on making both sides of the face the same, they're never going to be the same. But you try and make them somewhat equal. Your piece is going to look better. So here I am taking the bridge of the nose farther back, closer back to the face. Noses, lots of people struggle with the noses. Most of my noses look the same. And you guys will figure that out yourself too, that most of your noses will look the same. So once you figure out how to do the basic nose, why don't you try to do a better nose or do a different type of nose? I'm cutting beside the nose again to give it more depth, to make the bridge of the nose stick farther off the face. Just the more you do, I'll keep saying it, the more you'll do, the better you'll get. I promise you. But get yourself, look what I've done with this one burr. I've carved almost this whole face with this one burr. But the more burrs you get, the more you're going to be able to do different applications on the wood carving. So I suggest, buy yourself one Kutzall Extreme Flame Burr. There's the bump in the nose. You just do that cut across and you feather each side out. Buy yourself the Dremel or a knockoff Dremel. Get yourself this cheaper Apex Forge flex shaft. It's in, just Google it on Amazon, just Amazon it and search Apex Forge Flex Shaft. I like it. I think it's great. That's why I'm using it. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't use it. And get yourself a Kutzall Extreme Flame Burr. Do a carving like this. Do some. You'll be able to start selling them. I guarantee it. But once you sell them, there I am doing I should have switched the burr to do the nostril holes. Just carve, Rob calls them the snot holes. Snot troughs, or whatever. And once you sell some carvings, buy yourself some new burrs. Buy yourself, excuse me, buy yourself some different shaped burrs. You know, there's not just Kutzall, there's Sabertooth too, and Fordham makes a good type of burr, the Typhoons. And the aluminum cutting burrs are great to buy. Don't be mistaken for the metalworking burrs when you buy the aluminum cutting burrs. Diamond burrs are good to get. Those 3-point cutting burrs are cheap from China. I think you get like 5 of them for $10. There's so many different types of burrs and shapes, but those are basically the main ones that I use. I'll show the 3-point cutter later in this video. So you'll see here, I just do the inside of the beard and the mustache. I'm doing a different style beard. I'm just kind of rushing it. Just make it, you can make your beard nice and straight and curved lines with thinner cutters and stuff like that, but I'm just trying to get this done. And you'll see I'm just crossing my lines to make it look like there's a big clumpy beard on there. It's not that hard. The more you do, the better you're going to get. Okay, so I'm going to end up doing a voiceover on this video when I was carving all that last stuff. I just want to point out a few things, what I think are okay. These lines down here, I don't know what they're called. I call them nose lines. These are good. They seem pretty equal. This one's off. This one goes a little bit more this way than this way, but like I said, not a big deal. The nostrils, I cut them in a little bit thinner. I should have used a different burr. It's got the bump there. This looks like it's a little bit, this side looks like it's a little bit lower than this side. That's an easy fix it if I wanted to fix it. I'll probably say it in the voiceover, but it really helps to carve deeper in each corner here, like deep in there and deep in there, all the way in there. Carve deep in there, then you can take your mustache lower to the lip. Because when you carve deep in there, when you give it the burn will stay in there, and it will just give it a nice rounder effect. It will add some depth to your piece. It can also help you make your lip rounder. Okay, so one thing that I always struggle with wood spirits, or even if I'm trying to carve the face, is just carve. Rob's getting really good at it. You know, I always take it too thin right here. Then the beard will come off there. But so you can make it so it's like round, like a real human face. So the beard would come up here, because you would have sideburns here, right? So the beard does connect to the hair up here. So you can make it round, or you can kind of make it like I do, like that. I think when they're round, they look a little bit somewhat cartoony. I guess it just depends how you do it. So our cheeks, I'm not the best at this part. I'm not the best at anything, to tell you the truth. So we'll carve deep there. Then this will be our beard coming off, right? Like this. But you want to try and make it look like he's got cheekbones in there too. So I just kind of, you know, this is kind of where I carve hard and fast, and you want to make this point and this point equal too, basically. You just want to try your best, that's all. Look how far that freaking nose sticks off there. I think when you get the nose to pop off more, it gives the piece a lot more character. But you don't have to. You can have your eyebrows way out here too, and just not carve that. This is a lot of deep carving, showing you how to correct your mistakes, right? So yeah, I think if you can have this side and this side equal. See how I brought that in? sometimes it does help to make them round, because then you can bring it close. Just look at a picture of a outline of a man's beard and mustache. That's kind of, where the realism kind of comes into it. There's still so much more we could do. Normally I have see, I got the inside of this beard carved. Normally I have it all carved at the same time, but I figured there's no rush on this video. Let's try and cut these lines in here and give them some cheekbones. It's best if you draw it on perfect, both sides, because then you can just go by your draw lines. Draw lines, draw lines. Also, they say to leave it wide. These eyebrows don't need to come all the way over here. I can carve that deeper so that eyebrow disappears into the wood and just make them shorter. But there's so your eyes would be here. Then below your eyes, there's kind of like a bump cheekbone there, but I don't think we're going to focus too much on that on this one. Okay, I think this will be the last of the voiceovers. Thank the Lord. I hate doing voiceovers. It's my biggest pet peeve. But I think it's sometimes better for you guys, actually. I'm going to start off with the more rounder one that I was talking about. So it looks like your cheeks are kind of round. I didn't do actually that much depth. But you see there, you kind of got the round cheeks. Make sure both sides are as equal as you can make them. And then all you have to do is just flip it over and round it off the face. See, I'm just rounding it off. I'm always running my Dremel full speed with my foot pedal, but sometimes I go lighter to the touch. So I'm just rounding it off to the beard. There's lots of different ways to do it. I'm still practicing the way I like to do it the best, but this round way is not the way I like to do it the best. You got to think your beard continues up to your hair, right? Just pretend you have sideburns. That's just me measuring both sides. And I do this at real speed too. I think I'm doing this here. And there I am, just making the beard come down. You could round those cheeks even more to make the beard kind of elevated off the face, higher than the cheeks, because a beard normally sticks off the face higher than the cheeks. Once it starts growing the line there, it will be puffy, right? Depends. But so there's one style of cheeks. I know Just Carve Rob does this style a lot. I think I say in the video too, he's getting pretty good. He's getting really good at carving those little character things that he does. Imagine if he started doing all that stuff he does with his little guys in the chainsaw carving. I think it would be fantastic. So here I am, just quickly blending the beard in. Nothing special. You could do these first cuts, then you could get an aluminum cutter and make and do it on the side like I do lots of my other wood spirits, and make the beard hairs really fine. I would call this like a 2-stage beard. So I'd do it first with this one, then you get the aluminum cutter, put it on its side and carve all the little hairs in there. I haven't used that in a while, actually. When I first started carving Just Carve Rob, you might remember, I was using the, what was that bird that I would get from Home Depot? The roto cutters thing to do the beard hairs. So there's the round cheekbones. It's not my favorite, and I just rush this. So now here I'm going to start just kind of, I don't know if it was edited, there goes a piece of wood. I don't know if I edited it out, like the microphone wasn't working, but I said I struggle lots with making my cheeks down towards the mouth too thin. I always do it. But who knows, maybe that's just the look that my mind tells me that I want my wood spirits to look like, right? I'm not, like I said earlier in this video, I don't know if you guys heard it, but I'm not trying to carve a wizard's face here. So see how I take the cheekbones in too much? Maybe they're not too much. Like I said, maybe it's my mind just telling me what makes me happy to do. And if you guys think that way too, then that's how you get past the part of like, who cares? Who cares what people think? Who cares it's not a real wizard's face? Right? I've carved over, I can't even count the amount of wood spirits I have carved now. And I still can't carve a real wizard's face if I tried. Maybe I should try harder. Or maybe I don't want to. Who knows and who cares? There I am, pushing the forehead back a bit. Still using the same Kutzall burr. So I'm talking about the bad filming. So there's just kind of taking a look at it. So I draw the eyes on here. I was going to carve real eyes, but then I said, you know what? This is a very beginner's how to carve a wood spirit video. I don't need to be carving real eyes. I have videos on how to carve real eyes. There's lots of channels out there that have carved real eyes. Wood spirits do not have to have real eyes. A wood spirit is a spirit inside the tree. Okay? Now tell me how, you explain to me how a wood spirit has to have real eyes. It's a friggin' spirit. A spirit can be whatever you want it to be. So when I do not carve real eyes, and I'm going back, this whole wood spirit is back to my old style wood spirit. I go underneath the eyebrow. I hollow out up underneath the eyebrow. I just don't go straight in with the burr. And again, if people say, well, where's its eyes? All you have to say is, well, you don't even have to say anything. If somebody asks you where's its eyes, just maybe you don't even want to talk to that person. But all you really have to say to be polite, it's a spirit. It doesn't have eyes. It took me a long time to get confident enough to be able to, I don't know, not shit my pants. Okay, so as I'm sure I'll have to say in the voiceover, you see I just carved those eyes out there. Wood spirits do not have to have real human looking eyes, everybody. This video is going to be based on the very, very beginner wood carver, because you know, when I started carving it, I didn't know what to carve, and I thought about it, and I says, well, you know, like, do a very basic beginner wood spirit video to make this video show how they can fix their mistakes, and hopefully somebody will be able to learn from this. So there you can see the nose sticks way farthest off the face. Got the hollow eyes in there. I'm sure I'll say it in the voiceover too. When you do these hollow eyes, I carve up and underneath the eyebrows under there. I don't just carve straight in. I go up underneath the eyebrows. Another thing to do when you have these hollow eyes, if you want to make it look like kind of he has an eyelid, this is a cheap Chinese 3-point cutter thing. Zoom in. You get sets of 5 of these. I think they're in my Amazon store down in the description. Just look in my Amazon store, you'll see these. I think you get like 5 for $10 or something. They come in different sizes. See, there's 2 different sizes. I already got this one. All you have to do is, what I'm going to do is turn my fan on and get this cutter and just cut a thin line right here on the top of the eyelid. And it will look like, well, on the top of the eyebrow, sorry. Then it will look like it has an eyelid there. If you want, let's I'll just do this quickly. You know, these cutters get dull pretty quick. So but depending on how sharp it is and how chippy your wood is, you can carve eyebrows in here too with this bit. You can carve age lines up here. You can separate the mustache, the bottom lip from the mustache, which I suggest you do. You can give them little lines here to separate the nose from the mustache. You can do more lines here. You can carve right here on the eyebrows. So let's just turn the thing on. Foot pedal. See how that just chipped out? Okay, age lines. Eyebrows. Separate the eyebrows. Little nose lines. Separate the bottom lip. Okay, so you see just doing that, how you get more effects, more details. So there's his upper, well, there's his top eyelid. Same on the other side. We had a little blowout there. You can see it where it blew out. He's got some eyebrows. He's got some eyebrow hairs. He's got some age lines. Kind of got a little line there to separate the nostril from the mustache. We separated the bottom lip so it doesn't ride up the mustache. See how the deeper that you carve it in there, you get shadows. Now the lip looks good and round. I'm not going to bother fixing up these nostrils. I really don't care enough. But there you go. Oh, and also the hair. I remember when I first started carving wood spirits, I really struggled about the hair. Like I wanted it to look realistic looking. Now I just don't care. I just did some cuts up under there, brought it off the forehead and just wrapped it around. And on this side, I went the other way. So now you can sand it. You get these sanding mandrels on Amazon. They're in my store too. I'm not trying to get you guys to go to my store, but it's easy for you to get out of my store and it helps support the channel because I put them there. So you get like 6 or 10 of these mandrels for like $10 or something. So they got the sandpaper on them. So what I'm going to do, it's emery cloth sandpaper. This one here is a Peter Blair one. So I put the emery cloth sandpaper. I put I get the soft stuff in rolls. Let's see. Let me show you. In rolls like this, right? I don't use the big belt sanders because they have the cloth back. I don't use the big belt sanders and cut those up because they're too firm. This stuff is super soft, and this stuff is the cling spore stuff. So all I'm going to do is just run around, hit it with the flap sander, and it's done. You know, something like this, you could even possibly, if you wanted to, make it an incense burner. So you get the backflow incense, you carve a hole in the top here, all the way down, and then carve this mouth deeper, and the smoke can come out of the mouth if you want. Or you could get like a spade bit, and you can make it like one of those candle holders. You can put moss up here. Put some little mushrooms up here. Hi Amy Jo, she does that kind of stuff. There's lots of stuff you can do. You can paint this beard white and black. You can paint his face brown. There's like paint his beard gray. There's tons of stuff you can do as long as you're just having fun. That's the main thing, is to have fun and just enjoy what you're doing and don't stress out, because the more that you do, I speak from experience, the more that you do, the better you're going to get. You know, also to clean up the piece, stand by here, Kevin at Sticks and Stones, he uses the round burs like this. You get in there and clean everything up. He uses the round diamond. There's like a round diamond burr right here too. You can use like the little round diamond burrs to get in there and clean everything up. I usually use Kutzall gold burr, the Kutzall gold flame burr. This one's the silver one, but you get the gold, and that's super fine. Where is it? Oh, here it is. It's on my ram carver. This is a micro carver handpiece. And you can, well, this is the silver one, but you can run around and clean everything up with this. So you can either sand it with the flap sander, or you can use a really fine burr like the Kutzall gold one, or the little diamond burrs. I think I'm just going to use this one. This ram carver spins at 50,000 RPMs, and it's a super handy tool to have. I got this case on it, but there it is. This is the more expensive ram one, but you can get the ram iCube. This spins a lot faster. These micro motors, the motor's inside the handpiece, and when these kind of burrs spin faster, they leave less marks. So I'm going to run around and clean this up with this right now. You see they're also super quiet. That's at 50,000 RPMs. It's on. Just going to run around and clean up your lines in the eyes. Okay, I'll turn my fan on, get this done, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I sanded it all up. I also did a thing. I got this idea about these little metal funnels that you get. I already had them, but Amy Jo there, she's a great artist. She's making the backflow incense burners now, and she just uses these. So what I did to make this backflow incense burner is I carved deep inside there. You can just get your drill and carve inside, drill inside there deep. Then you have to drill from the top, and you have to drill. Here's a longer drill. You make sure your drill will reach. You can't just drill like this. I drilled it on, well, you could if you carve this in deep enough, but I just drilled this way. First of all, I carved this hole really deep in there. I took my time, drilled all the way down till I hit the hole inside here, and I see sawdust come out of the mouth. So this hole goes all the way down into the mouth. You get your little metal funnel. You don't have to have a metal funnel, but you got to think like these incense burners, these are the cone incense, backflow cone incense burners. So you get these ones here on Amazon for cheap, like the pink and purple and orange ones. The backflow incense burners have a hole in the bottom. So these are cone incense burners, right? They have a hole in the bottom. So the smoke, once it burns down to about where my finger is, it will hit the hole, and then the smoke will flow down. And you just put it in that thing like this, and then it's good to go. So I'll light that. Also, I hate the smell of these cheap ones, the cheapest ones on Amazon. I don't like the smell. They smell like your typical incense burners, but I bought some bigger ones, and I carved the hole bigger too, with just a little burr like this Kutzall one here, taper burr. I've also made my own incense cones. This is out of cedar. And you can get some of that, I forget the name of the sugar, the stuff, the sticky sugar stuff that you can buy at your local store. Just Amazon, just Google, YouTube, how to make your own incense cones. And then I drill the bottoms out too. And then, so this is like a backflow incense burner. So you don't have to smell a typical thing. So I'm going to give this piece away. I still got to send out like 3 carvings. I'm so bad at shipping, but I eventually do. Let's light this, I'm not going to light this stinky thing, but this is a more expensive one. Let's light this and figure out how. I think I'm going to pick a number in an envelope. I might as well show you guys what I did here. Is I don't know if this is the proper word, but I recessed or beveled this hole a little bit bigger into the hole down there, so this little metal funnel will sit in there better. Hey, if you catch your house on fire from doing this, do not blame me. You're doing it in your own kind of deal thing. Yep. Okay, so I've written a number down inside of this piece of cardboard. We'll put it in an envelope here. I already licked it, so it's going to seal shut. And let's do this so you guys know that it's the exact same envelope. we'll put a question mark on there, put a circle around it. So this envelope is sealed. So you have to pick a number between 1 and 200. The first person that picks the number anywhere in the world, I'll send this wood spirit to you. Backflow. You'll have to get your own cones. I'll send you one. I'll send you this little funnel thing too, but you'll have to buy your own backburn clone. Okay, so let's get rid of this piece of junk one and put a more quality one here. I don't suggest putting moss up here. Friggin' cedar. Okay, so I put a bigger, better, more expensive backflow incense burner on here. I don't suggest having moss too close to this because these do get hot and you don't want to catch that moss on fire. Just my suggestion. So let's get it lit up and friggin' cedar makes me sneeze, man. Okay, so I got that lit. I'll let it burn for a bit. But one thing I forgot to suggest, everybody, even if it's your very first wood carving, always sign it because you don't know. You might become a world famous wood carver one day and your stuff might be worth tons and tons and tons of money. So sign it. And I even dated this one. I don't always date it, but you can see here the smoke's already coming out the bottom. So let me get this set up. Okay. I don't have the best lighting for this, but you can see the smoke starting to come out of the mouth. When you do these back, I wasn't planning on doing a backflow incense burner on this piece. I just did it for you guys to show you how to do it, and so one of you guys can get this. It's good to have, like, pretend this is the wood still, this piece, and this is still attached to here. It's good to have a bowl, a wood bowl in the bottom to catch the smoke, because this smoke, when it does come out going full force, it does go on your table and it will leave like a residue on there and stuff. So, you know, I'll just leave it at that. Try and have a bowl, a wood bowl in the bottom to catch the smoke. Okay, that's it for this one, everybody. This is the final voiceover. My microphone wasn't working. So please, once again, like I said at the beginning of the video, please like this video if you liked it. It really helps with the algorithm. It will see that your video is getting lots of likes, that people enjoyed watching it, and it will suggest it to new viewers, and hopefully we can get some new wood carvers around the world happening. I'd appreciate it. And don't forget to leave a comment between pick your number between 1 and 200, and as soon as somebody picks a number, I'll make a short video saying who the winner is, to contact me, because I will need your address and I'll ship this anywhere in the world. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope it helped. Carving Fusion, over and out.